Looking for the best deals? Head to Robinson's Department Store, your one-stop shop for daily essentials and unbeatable savings. Don't miss out. Shop now.
How did you start with sports? Anong sport? Bakit ka napunta sa hilig mo sa sport o may ginawa ka bang ibang sport?
As I mentioned earlier, na ngayon yung aking pinipreach din with grassroots, it started from home. I was just fortunate that I have a very supportive parents. I'm an 80s kid. Growing up in the 80s, early 90s. Wala pang internet, no nothing. Summers would be long and warm and just plain boring. So every summer there's always something to do. There's always a voice lesson, a dance lesson, ballet, but it didn't work. And then I found my niche that I actually enjoy sports. I enjoyed playing tennis. There were summers of swimming, and then I found archery.
Why? Why archery? Ano yung nagustuhan mo sa sport?
Because my dad would always bring me on summers sa mga meetings niya. And it so happened, he was an official of Philippine Sepak Takraw back in the day. It was founded in 1984. It's in Rizal. Sobrang, hindi pa yung Rizal as we know Rizal now. Medyo bulok-bulok pa yon. And then, habang nagmi-meeting siya, he would tell me, just roam around it, you know? And then, right next door is NAAP, the National Archery Association of the Philippines. And I'm like, what's archery?
Yeah.
No, for someone who's, I think I was 11, 12 then when I found out about archery, and I asked him, and he said, gusto mo ba? So, and I said, yes. O di pakausap mo ni mga coach. No, that's how it started. For an all-girls school then, it was rather weird and uncool na bakit ka nagsisports sa ganyan? Well, hindi pa ganun ka-active ang sports program for an all-girls school back in the day.
Okay.
So, yes, there were a lot of local competitions, indoor and outdoor, a lot of trainings in between during, the week and weekends. So, tuloy yun, for a couple of years, there would always be my parents going there and watching me, kahit manalo, matalo, it's always good.
Okay, fast forward, after 17 years old, ano yung naging...
Nag-boyfriend na
Oh
ako.
my God! Paano ba nagsimula yung career mo sa sepak takraw?
Oh, I didn't want this. I didn't want sepak takraw. It's always been present in my parents' life. I call it their second family yet. Both of them. They've always loved sepak takraw, even long after I got engaged, got married, had kids. There's always sepak takraw for them. It's their thing. Okay? So I knew of athletes then as my kuyas. Ganun ka-wild. And then 2009 happened. You know how Ondoy is? We're from that village.
Okay, yes.
The famous village. So I have a house here with 2 young kids and a husband, and it was one of my lowest point in my life. We didn't know any better then. But right now, if you tell me, magkakaroon ng bagyo bukas, alam na namin gagawin. But we were caught off guard. So it was a long 2 months of my life. And in those 2 months, those who helped me at my lowest were the national team of sepak takraw. After their training, they would go here, help me clean up, because it was just ridiculous. And then, one of those kainan namin ng mga relief food goods, and I said, how can I repay you guys? So I guess I started in an accidental way. I didn't mean it. Sinabi ko lang, magbabayad lang ako ng utang ng loob.
Okay.
Because they helped me at my lowest. They didn't have to, They could just help my parents and then go their way. So I said, ano ba yung capacity ko ngayon? Because I was working in a corporate na din. Ano kayong magagawa ko for them? And that's how it innocently started. Oh, I was a glorified water girl. I wasn't an official, but my dad would take me along here and there pag may ano sila, but under no official capacity. Sometimes he would just say, tulungan mo yung team. So I didn't know that was team management already. Ano ba yung kailangan nila bago pumunta? Ano ba yung mga kulang na pwedeng punuan? Kasi hindi naman nakukuha lahat din sa PSA. Ano yung pwede? So it started innocently as that. Parang team management.
Okay.
And I love management. I love putting structure and I love putting things together. So that's how it started.
With your experience previously as an athlete, how did you try to partially share it to the team nung nagsisimula ka?
I know how challenging it is. No, ako, feeling ko as an athlete, swerte ako eh. Support sa equipment, support sa lahat. Kaya nga, interesting sa akin yung mga atleta natutulog sa school. Kasi hindi ako papayagan ng parents ko nun. We would get our own hotel. My parents, my dad would get our own hotel or parang, pero gusto ko sumama sa kanila.
Okay.
Parang may ganun. Never experienced that. But I know the challenge nila.
Okay.
Yung mga kulang na, alam kong magaling ka. Siguro kung nabigyan ka lang, alam ko naman mas magaling ka sa akin. Kung nabigyan ka lang siguro ng tamang equipment, tamang training, tamang break, magaling ka. Because as an athlete naman, archer, hindi naman ako the best of the best of the best.
Right.
But with the support I got from my parents, parang sobrang banu ko naman kung hindi pa ako, di ba, mag-excel dun. And that's how it started, na parang siguro pag tinulungan tong mga to, yung hindi man everything, punuan lang yung basic na pangkulang nila, they'd go somewhere. And that's, I think, yung hugot ko at that time.
Sepak takraw, hindi naman siya napaka-famous na sport dito sa Pilipinas ngayon. Pero, syempre, kasama natin to, inaral natin to nung grade school, kasama sa PE natin.
Sa mga DepEd schools.
Right.
Yes, yes.
So, bakit hindi ba iba yung tingin mo sa sport na to? I mean, this is not really recognized by a lot of people.
If you ask me that 10 years ago, I would have agreed with you. But knowing what I know now, this is not Imperial Metro Manila game. Actually, marami tayong Luzon clubs. It's ever growing. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng sabihin hindi because consistent SEA Games medalist ang sepak takraw ng Philippine team, nag-world champion, nag-Asian Games medalist. Kasi Asian Games ay yung highest na ma-achieve ng ano eh. We're not yet in the Olympics. Hindi siya malakas maybe to mainstream because it's not even in the NCAA or UAAP, but we are in SCUAA, State Colleges Universities Athletic Association. And it's one of those strong sports in SCUAA program. So, and I think ang strength din ng takraw is not here. We don't see it regularly, walang mga basketball. But if you go in Mindanao, if you go in sa mga Central Luzon, marami nagtatakraw. So, it's ever growing.
In an organization that you are right now, do you have any projects or plans how to, palaguin pa? Or to spread like how good our takraw team is?
Yes, as I said, we have already produced world champions. Okay, 2016. And consistency games medalists. And much recently, 2023 Asian Games double bronze. Ngayon, we are very intentional and mindful to further go takraw on a grassroots level.
Okay.
By creating Philippine Sepak Takraw League.
Alright.
So we are doing our best to make it an annual thing for our enthusiasts. Because currently we have over 70 members across the country. And these members, we empower them not just with the league. We empower other stakeholders of the team, like the coaches, the technical officials. Even now, we are soon to hold a team managers seminar para alam yung maging cohesive ba yung ecosystem namin. So, we are very intentional to further grow our grassroots program. So, I'm thankful of partners like Milo.
Yes.
We have just resumed our relationship with them for this year, and hopefully in the next 3 years, we will continue to work with them. Because currently, this summer, we have 2 locations in Benguet, Baguio Benguet, and in Marikina with Milo. So this is just the start because our target in the coming years would be to add more locations in Mindanao and Visayas. It's a clinic, yes, it's a camp of sorts. So it's a total of 8 sessions.
Okay.
It's 4 hours per session.
Wow.
And it ends with the tournament as their graduation.
You're right.
But not only that, because we empower coaches because we need to empower our grassroots.
Okay, yes.
So we do a lot of seminars, leveling seminars. We license them right now to ensure na aalagaan yung mga atleta natin. From talent identification to teaching them the right thing. Para hindi naman ma-injure yan na hindi na makarating sa elite, diba? So may sustainability kami ginagawa for them.
Okay. Well, in sports in general, may mga politics. Situations unexpectedly. And, well, you had your own share of that experience.
Yes.
So, briefly, and maybe not dwelling into the details,
Yeah.
like, how did that affect you and what's the factor, kumbaga, na parang I see that you are very passionate about what you do right now?
Yes. That's why I mentioned to you how I am so happy when I see, for example, you're all women media team.
Yes.
This is something new to me. And as an advocate of women in sports, kasama kayo sa ecosystem namin yung media, because you tell our stories. And you have your own stories to tell, diba? And you see us. You guys are behind the camera, pero alam mo yung if a woman tells a story of another woman, alam mo kung saan kukunin yun Or if you guys work behind the camera, alam mo, iba rin yung hugot nun So, going back to the politics, sports is, I can say it's still a man's world. But it's extra challenging for a woman to come in. I guess you could also relate in some ways.
Yes.
Diba? But we have to comfortably find our place and know the threshold. Na alam din naman natin na, hindi ko na kaya, ayoko na. But as of recent kasi, while there are major storms that I've come across, I think it fueled me more. But sige, kung ayaw niyo sa akin, I'll go somewhere else where I can flourish and be appreciated. And I'm fine. I'm totally made peace with that. Na I won't isisiksik ko sarili ko. No. But I'll be somewhere else in a leadership post, create a program, and just be fantastic about it. And then find my peace.
What does a woman like you have that you thrive in that kind of situation?
Stubbornness. We have to be stubborn. We have to, the passion is there. I think we're all in here because we are passionate about what we do.
Right.
But to be stubborn is another thing. Okay? Pero alam din yung threshold. Hanggang saan to hindi ko kaya to kasi I have to self-care too.
Right.
Diba? We could not take care of our stakeholders if we can't take care of ourselves. So I know when to pause, step back a bit, and then regroup myself. And then I come back na, okay, mas clear na, alam ko na gagawin ko. Ayoko nito, okay, fine, I'll go here. Ano pa yung pwede kong gawin doon? So I guess it's just creativity also and stubbornness.
How long have you been doing this?
Too long, my God. My God, no. Too long. I mean, sports has always been a very influential matter in my life. I can safely say I'm a sportswoman myself. Sa puso, sa isip, at sa gawa. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been here too long, and I think until the day I die, I will be a sportswoman. Because sports, as Milo said, is a great teacher. So, that's why I'm extra proud of my athletes who are getting out in life na parang, alam nyo ba, ng mga most corporate HR now prefers applicants who have athletic background. And you know why that is? Because I was into corporate before. Alam ko, na atleta yan, sanay mag-train yan everyday. Sanay sa pain yan. So,
sanay mahirapan.
Sanay mahirapan. Sanay matalo. But they show up the following day.
Right.
And train again, and do the same thing again until they win. And that is a character of people who are into sports. Diba? Okay, talo ako ngayon. And tayo ulit. Nabalik ulit ako. Until I get it right, until I win. And then we start over again.
Ano yung pinaka-goal mo dito sa Takraw?
Oh, I want to mentor future leaders. I want to mentor future leaders of Takraw who will hopefully be better than what we are. You know, there are programs in place. Ang sinasabi ko lang, pagandahin niyo palalo sana yung programa, pero huwag niyong patayin. Kasi ang ganda ng sport ng Takraw. It gives a lot of opportunities to children from far-off places that we don't know. It was in Takraw when I come across regular people who would say, Ma'am, ako ang unang graduate sa pamilya ko dahil sa Takraw.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? If Takraw is a tool for me, some people go to church to serve. I guess this is my way of vocation. one Filipino at a time, one takrawnista at a time. Na makatulong lang sana mag-mentor ako ng maniniwala sa sport, mamahalin ng sport, at ituloy nyo lang yung programa kasi ang dami nyo matutulungang bata eh. Diba?
Is that your message to who?
To everyone. To everyone. To everyone.
Have you come up with a plan like you want this sport na makilala sa buong bansa?
Yes, I believe that it is already growing through the Philippine Sepak Takraw League. Someday, I want it as big as volleyball.
Bakit hindi?
Bakit hindi?
Diba?
They started with just that dream too.
Yes. Yes.
Diba? And you wouldn't believe how many Filipinos are actually playing this. In fact, I have to open a master's event. Because there are OFW, there are military men na tatanda na pero na-excite pa rin maglaro. Because they just love this.
And I think takraw is one of the oldest sport dito sa Pilipinas.
You know, it was
Volleyball.
the sports of the royalty back in the day.
Okay.
It is an innately Southeast Asian. That's why, ang mahirap sa Southeast Asia, lahat ng world champion, lahat ng magagaling na dito, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines. So talagang pag mga Asian Games, it's not a walk in the park. It's not, because it's in ka-region natin yung pinakamagagaling din. That's why we have our own version. We call it Sipa, they call it Raga in Malaysia, I think, or Brunei. Sepak in Thailand. That's why it has been a commonality na dati national sport natin ngayon Arnis na because Sepak is an innately Southeast Asian sport. And back in the day, it was a royalty sport ng mga datu, ng mga hari before the Spaniards came in. So atin talaga to, it's in our blood. It's just a matter of us really embracing it. And we're built for the sport.
Ano pa yung kulang sa tingin mo sa takraw na dapat, we should be prepared of, or do we have plans of trying to improve it?
Unang-una sa akin accountabilities ng mga sports leaders in their own little local governments, clubs, and whatnot. Yung gusto kong gawin to na hindi pera ang una, kundi development ng sport. Diba? Pag nag-leader ka, talagang tanggapin mo across other sports, mag-aabo na culture is there. Pagdadasal mo na lang, kailan mo ulit mababawi. Pero like I always tell them, ginusto ko to eh. You know? My kids are grown, they're big, and ito na pa rin yung parang I still do what I have to do. Para sabi ko, parang may pang-abono ako sa inyo. Alam mo yun? But jokingly. Because I just seriously enjoy what I do. I love the sport, what it brings on the table for regular Filipino kids across the country. So, yun lang, accountability for leaders na, you know what? We need to do our part. Kailangan ihatid natin sila. Mahirap for us. Mahirap mag-i-atleta nila. Mahirap din for me. For us, for leaders. Diba? Ang daming challenges. Marami na doon, lalo na yung sponsorship and pera. So, someday talagang I'm setting Philippine Sepak Takraw League. At least magkaroon ng commercial component, tournaments talaga na where big brands would believe in supporting this and their local local constituents and clubs.
Kanina, you said that it was an utang na loob why you serve the team. Pero ngayon,
sabi sa akin ng isang nirerespeto kong media rin, si Sir dito, umpisa ka ng utang ng loob ngayon, mahal mo na sila. You can call it love, I guess. I am empowering everyone. You know that the leader can only do so much, but everybody has their places, has their talents and strengths. It's just a matter of them really, empowering them to flourish and to embrace it. Because maraming takot na parang hindi ko kaya. No, get out of your comfort zone. Do what you have to do. Even with coaches and athletes. It's uncomfortable, but you gotta do it and you'll discover yourself. And then, right before my very eyes, I see them take on leadership. Filipino Takrawista are world-class athletes. Okay? Not just the Olympic sports. We are world-class athletes. Congratulations to you guys. Huwag kayong magsasawa. Dapat ganyan talaga. Mag-insist talaga.
Waterproofing ba o sealant ang hanap mo? Sa German technology ng Sista, protektado ka ng 10 taon. Yan ang tapal na tatagal.